The town of Gidor, Spain, 1910. The boy broke something. In order not to be scolded by his family, he fled to the woods. At that moment, there was a call from a short distance away. Driven by curiosity, he went there and saw a wounded old man. The old man said he had been robbed by robbers and was wounded, and asked the boy to hand him a kettle that was on the side. The boy turns around and picks up the canteen, but realizes that there is no water in it. When he turned around, the old man had disappeared. He looked around, the next moment, no one ever saw him again. And that was the first case of the nightmare. The story told by her sister, Sarah, frightened her own sister, Anna. When her mother heard the voices and saw how frightened she was, she scolded her and told her that she was the one who was going to be taken away by the nightmare. What she didn't realize was that her words came true. As a firefly flies into the room, a strange noise comes from outside. Sarah went out to check, but saw nothing. She went back to bed. The next moment, something appeared under her covers. Then the closet door slowly opens. She went over to check it out. The boy Lucas and his family had moved to the small town of Gidor. A notice board under the building was full of missing children. The family packed their things. Soon a boy with glasses knocks on the door and says his name is Gabi and he lives next door to them. The girl in red behind him is Paula, his sister. They wanted to familiarize the children with the town. So the kids rode their bikes to an amusement park on the outskirts of town. An older man was performing the story of the nightmare with puppets, and the second sister was talking to Paula. She mentioned the big tree in front of her, that someone wanted to cut it down to build a signal tower. She tied herself to the tree in protest. In this boring town, this tree was her inner support. Not long after that, a man suddenly drove up and took her kids away. Lucas felt strange. Jack, the boy in the cap, told him in the past months, many children had disappeared, probably taken by night demons. He pointed to an abandoned house in the distance and said, "That's the nest of the nightmare. Maybe you'll be the next target." Then he threw down a cannonball to try to scare Lucas a bit. Seeing his brother Lucas being bullied, the elder brother pushed Jack 3 feet away. The bully gave him a few tough words and then ran away. Jack's story isn't made up either. In this small town, 5 children went missing into months. On this day, his mother went to work, his elder brother went to the gym, and Lucas and his sister were the only ones left at home. There was an argument next door. Gabi's parents were fighting again. Then Gabi told him he thinks it's his fault that his parents don't have a good relationship. Lucas's family had its share of misfortunes. His father died in a car accident. He even witnessed it. The 2 boys became friends. On their way home, they saw the abandoned house again. Inside the seemingly peaceful house, there was a figure. When they got home, Gabi's father yelled at him, saying that his mother had left the house and it was all because of him. Unable to accept this, Gabi turns and runs away. At night, the boy is asleep when suddenly he hears a terrible noise. He gets up to check the situation and sees a strange sack at the end of the hallway. He slowly walked over to it. The sack suddenly moved. He rushed to the house. He heard a voice calling his name, and it was his father. Guilt and sadness made him forget his fear. He went over to him. His father blamed him for being a naughty boy. Then there was a noise and his father disappeared. Lucas was so scared he tried to run back to his bedroom, but he saw a shadow. He went over to see what was happening. It turned out to be a nightmare. Gabi rode his bike to the outskirts of town to let off some steam, not realizing that someone was filming him. At that moment, a small stone was thrown at the boy's feet. He saw a long, thin figure appear at the window, blending into the darkness like an eerie graffiti. He took off his glasses to take a closer look, but the figure suddenly turned away. Underneath him, a huge sack surrounded him and Gabi disappeared. His sister, Paula, blamed herself. She vowed to get Gabi back. Of course, Lucas and the others would help her. Big Brother swiped the video Jack shot from his cell phone. They came to his house and found out that Gabi was missing. Jack opened the video, which could be the last image of Gabi before she disappeared. At that moment, Lucas saw something and paused the video. He realizes there's a horrible man in it. Jack was shocked. He thinks it's the legendary nightmare. They went to the police station to report the case. The front desk was surrounded by angry parents because of the delay in finding their missing child. Paula gave the video to the sheriff, but he didn't take it seriously, so he decided to find out for himself. It all started at the abandoned house, but the oldest brother doesn't want to risk his siblings and pull them away. The second sister insisted on helping her friend and ran off on her bike. The eldest brother gave Lucas a few words and then turned around to look for the second sister. It was getting late and the three of them came to the abandoned house. Jack saw that the window was open and decided to go in first to check the situation, leaving the girls to wait in front of the front door. Not long after, the front door slowly opened and the two girls walked in. Paula suggested that it would be more efficient for the three of them to split into two groups. They found candles burning inside the house, and it seemed that someone was living there. On the other hand, Jack found a sewing machine in one of the rooms with sex on it. At that moment, there was a noise from behind. It was his elder brother who came over. While they were arguing, Jack seemed to have discovered something. Paula came to a bedroom with a humanoid protrusion on the bed. She lifted the covers, but there was only a doll inside. Just then, someone comes out of the closet. The person tries to scare them away, but falls to the floor. They came over to see that it was an old man. He seems to be investigating the disappearance of the children. This is the 2023 Spanish horror movie, El Hombre del Saco. The children of the town disappeared for no apparent reason. Since then, there is a legend that the night demon catches children with a cloth bag. Until today, children have been disappearing from the town again. The townspeople are once again in a state of panic. A friend of the boys has also disappeared. The boy and his friends plan to enter the lair of the so-called night demon to look for the missing children, but they accidentally found Uncle. What will happen next? Will they be able to find the lost child? I'm BullDog Movie. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.